fellow Greco coach, Matt Lindland. Talk about your excitement at this point. Colton Schultz just won a Cadet World title.
No, I'm excited for him and for the direction the program's heading in. And I mean, we had a Cadet World Champ, we had a Junior World Champ this year. It's a good start to what we're building, and these young men are laying down that foundation and showing the rest of the athletes in the United States what we're capable of doing if they put the time and the work in and they make the sacrifices. But it takes a lot, you know. I mean, I heard Colton talk about, you know, how grateful he was that his family, you know, I mean, his family's brought him to the training center ever since I got there as a national coach. They've been driving him back and forth. He just got his license this year, and I mean, he makes the same kind of sacrifices. You know, when he was, you know, he'd get out of high school and he'd come straight down to the OTC, making sure he was getting his training in. He was preparing properly for this tournament. Everything he did this summer, he did right. He did it with full effort and 100% commitment. And I mean, that's really what it takes. And hopefully you have a little luck out there as well. And you know, and we didn't have a lot of luck out there. We got a call against us where I thought we had 4 points, and you know, I had the cube in my hand, but ultimately I trusted Cole that he was going to get it done. So I didn't throw the cube and just said, you know, find a way, get this done. And he did. He snapped the guy down, went behind, scored 2, and that pretty much closed the match out.
You worked pretty closely with Colton. Can you just elaborate on how you've seen him grow over this past summer?
Oh, and he's grown so much since I've gotten to know him. But he's still a fun-loving kid that, you know, just enjoys this process, enjoys what he's doing. He's got a lot of friends. He's a great leader. I think that's probably the biggest thing we've seen is that he's evolved into a leadership role. And, you know, he's also the biggest guy on the team, so that doesn't hurt, you know. He stands head and shoulders above everybody else on the team. And, you know, and the guys, you know, they're just attracted to his personality. You know, he's a very humble young man, very grateful, and you know that's really what it takes. You know, we were talking, you know, last week in the room about you know the David when he went out and fought the giant Goliath, and you know, he was confident. You know, he went out, he was the only guy. You know, there was 1 million soldiers in the Persian army, and none of those guys wanted to go out and take on the giant. And this humble shepherd that trained and prepared properly, and he didn't have any fear. He went out and took on the shepherd, and he did it, you know, in humility, and he did it for his nation. And you know, I mean, this isn't just about Colton. The way he looks at it, he does this for, you know, his teammates, his family, his coaches, and I think that's a really, you know, thing that shows that how much he's matured over this summer and just his perspective on the sport and life.
The tournament as a whole. I mean, you guys almost quadrupled the number of matches you won a year ago. What's your take on start to finish the performance here for the entire squad?
Well, I think what that was winning more matches was having more time with our cadets this summer, and it still isn't enough time. They're still not with us full time. You know, they're doing folk style still, but we did get a lot of opportunity to spend time with our cadets. And you know, the problem is when they get into those pressure situations, the pressure really comes down. They go to some bad habits. They go to what makes them feel comfortable and what they've done. You know, they'll go to collar ties, their hips will be back, their head will be down. And they're doing such great stuff. I'm watching their position, and all of a sudden pressure gets on, and they revert back to some of those old folk style habits. And that's just, you know, that's just a product of our culture and our system in the United States, and we're working to change that.
You've got 2 that got pulled back into the repechage for tomorrow. What are some keys for those guys?
Go out and, you know, be inspired by what Colton did today, and you know, just go out there and compete to the best of their abilities. They're capable young men that are going out there tomorrow. You know, everybody here really had a great effort. They fought hard. They competed well. Some of them just haven't had enough time on the mat. And I mean, the big difference is, you know, Colton saw this guy in the springtime. He went over to Croatia. He went to Serbia. He would compete in those tournaments. He trained with the Hungarian team over there. So this wasn't his first time at an international tournament like many of our cadets. This was the first international tournament they've seen. So hopefully that changes in the future. And this, you know, this wasn't the first time he wrestled that opponent. And I think those things have great value these young men. You know, they builds their confidence, it builds their skills and their abilities. So I think those are the big differences. But tomorrow, I'm looking forward to seeing these young men compete, and hopefully they're inspired as I am about this win and excited. And they get some sleep tonight. I was pretty excited last night just having Colton make it to the finals, and I had a little hard time falling asleep just because of the excitement. And we got two guys fighting tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully I can get some sleep tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.